3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, June 13th, 2019. I want to talk about Bitcoin a little bit in this video. Every day, it's going to be a question on everybody's mind. Where is Bitcoin right now in terms of this long-term trajectory, right? There's so many different charts out there that predict where Bitcoin is going, but I have some key areas that really, I think, help lay the groundwork and kind of show us a foundation of growth for Bitcoin. And it also helps tell the story from a timeline perspective. And I want to talk about that briefly in this video. So let's jump in right now. So here's the weekly chart on Bitcoin zoomed out. And I'm going to take my time and go through these three areas of Bitcoin. Essentially, they are these swing high or swing low to swing high areas. So we have a swing low back here in Bitcoin in 2011 to a swing high right there. And we have our Fibonacci retracement. We have our 618 to 786. We use this on the daily chart. We use it on the 4-hour chart. We can use it on along all different timelines, but right now we're zoomed out on the weekly, this long-term trajectory of Bitcoin. So here's the 618 line right here. Here's the 786. It's a place of volatile pullbacks, right? And resistance, or the inverse, which would be support, right? We can do this on the flip side. But right now we're doing from swing low to swing high, and we're seeing that pullback to that 618 to 786 zone, right? It's that consolidation phase. Happens all the time in Bitcoin, whether you're on the weekly, the daily, or the 4-hour. Now, that was 2011 to a swing high, 2013. We had a brief pullback, and we can take that swing low to swing high, and we have our next area. And I don't have this box exactly, but it's very close, so I'm going to leave it how it is. So there it is. That's our 618 to 786. Now, this is an area we used so much in this most previous bear market. I'm talking all the way down. We were using this area consistent with this area in Bitcoin below the 786, proved to be in the last bear market a huge accumulation area for Bitcoin back here. And so we were really essentially anticipating something similar, right? So if we're laying that on the chart, what we see is swing low in the last bear market to swing high this most previous bull market, a retracement, right? Anywhere into the 618 to 786, and anything below that, huge buy area, huge accumulation area, similar to that last bear market. And it proved to really work, right? So we had to be very patient for that move, but in the long term, it worked very well. So if we zoom out a little bit, what are we looking at if we're really taking those three data points, namely the 786 line on all of these Fibonacci retracement areas? Well, we can see the 786 line, I've drawn a horizontal line at the 786 on all three of these Fibonacci retracements, 786, 786, and up here, 786, right? So here we are right now, and you can see Bitcoin right now like hugging this long-term 786. It's a very interesting thing to watch right now, because if we look at coming out of that last bear market, Bitcoin saw some resistance right at the 786, trying to get back above that 786 line. You see November 2015 to May of 2016, Bitcoin just saw heavy resistance. It was definitely bullish looking, because we can kind of see this ascending triangle being built leading into that break into the bull markets. Very bullish for Bitcoin, but definitely heavy resistance at the upper trend line of that ascending triangle. So if we kind of go and look at where we are now, Bitcoin did something which kind of diverged away from what it did in the last bear market. It moved rather quickly up through the 618 to 786 area, right? So that is an extremely bullish thing to be watching on Bitcoin right now. And I think if we're going to watch this over the next weeks or so, we talk about pullbacks and retracements often, in particular to this 50-week moving average around $5,500. It's a huge buy zone for me, but at the very least, from a bullish perspective, I'd be very interested to see if Bitcoin can remain bullish and see support above this 786 line on this long-term chart. And really that 786 line right around $7,700. So anything above $8,000 at this point, any support above $8,000 is extremely bullish. And lastly, what I want to do is take all of that data. We can go to the daily chart and we can just see right now this long-term trend of Bitcoin. We're going to have these periods of consolidation. We're going to have these periods, if you look at the RSI here in the middle of the screen, where we're in this green rectangle. We're overbought on the daily, and we're going to have these pullbacks, right? Pullback here in the bull market, here in the bull market, here in the bull market, here in the bull market. Those are going to happen. On the very short term, from a daily perspective, you can see Bitcoin not even close to that overbought area right now. We're hanging out right around 55 on the RSI, the slower moving momentum oscillator. We're down here just coming out of oversold on the stock RSI. And if you look at the weekly, we can also get a picture of that and kind of use the two in synergy with each other. So, and this is what we're looking at on the weekly chart. So if we check out the exit of this bear market here, right, and we compare it to the exit of that 2015 bear market, we can see where Bitcoin is right now. It most recently in April going into May, for the first time on the weekly, entered that overbought area, right? Now that area is an area where in a bull market, you're going to see Bitcoin hanging out in that area a good amount above this 70 line on the RSI, even touching into this rectangle, this green rectangle I have on the screen above 85 on the RSI. You will have periods of retracements. We just looked at it on the daily chart, but right now, this right now signifies the very beginning of Bitcoin entering the bull market. This is illustrated from a momentum perspective. You can see back in this 2015 market, exiting the bear market, entering the bull market for the first time right here, touching above that line, and right now Bitcoin doing something similar. So let's see if we get consolidation or not. I don't know, but what's interesting to me is really to watch this 786 line, $7,700 to $8,000. I'm really curious to see if we can actually consolidate maybe sideways here for a little bit and continue upwards. Could be a very significant indicator for the official bull markets ensuing. Let me know your thoughts. I really just wanted to go over this, show you what I'm seeing on the charts from a zoomed out weekly perspective. I really appreciate all of you coming by. If you're here and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.